Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Pendulum. We are back here again to talk politics on the program, coming to you live on Lagos television. I am Ajibola Ojeshola. This week on the show, we'll be looking at how well those we have elected or entrusted with our votes in 2023 up till date are representing the people. What kind of engagement are they having with their people who gave them their votes for them to be in office in 2023? We'll also be looking at the significance of the ongoing voter registration exercise vis-a-vis the necessity for everyone who is 18 years and above to participate in the continuous voter registration exercise of the Independent National Electoral Commission. That's the lineup for the program this afternoon. But like we always do, we'll be taking a very quick break now to bring you the summary of political development stories in the country. After this break, we'll be starting our conversation on the Pendulum this afternoon. Stay with us. That was a summary of political stories in the country, like I did mention earlier. Again, for those who are just joining us this afternoon on the program, we'll be looking at how engaging some of those we have elected to represent us at different levels of government are engaging their people, giving them access to feel their pulse and, of course, demand dividends of democracy from them. Joining us this afternoon to look at these vis-a-vis the significance of the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise is Honorable Kehinde Joseph, is the one representing the people of Alimosho Constituency 2 in the Lagos State House of Assembly. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you will agree with me that without the people, there's no democracy. Without the people, there's no way Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu would have been elected the governor of Lagos State. Without the vote of the people, there is no way you would have had the opportunity to be representing the people of Alimosho Constituency 2 in the Lagos State House of Assembly. But then, before we go into the significance of the regular engagement between the people and those that they have elected, why is it always difficult for the political class to create time for those they campaigned for while looking for votes and wanting to represent the people? It always seems that the access that people do have to them anytime they get into office is always restricted, sort of, compared to during elections.
Thank you very much. Though I don't want to agree with what you just said now. Number one, when you're talking about democracy, is the government of the people.
By the
and
people
by the
and for the
people
people.
and for the people. And that is what it means by democracy. So it means we are here as representative of the people because we are here, we are elected to represent them. And when we are saying that after the campaign,
Election.
after the election, when they have been elected and they have taken the position in the various services, majority of them always have, they always disengage with their people. Why I said that I disagree with you is that it's more or less like the job that you are doing. You first of all, probably through the, you apply, you were given the job, some of the things that you were doing before, you have another engagement. But notwithstanding, no matter how busy you might be, you still have the time for your people. I'm going to use ourselves in Lagos State House of Assembly as an example. Most of the time, we always have an engagement, apart from the sitting, plenary, oversight, and some other functions. At the same time, we always go to our constituency. Myself, I'm living there. I'm living in that my house. That is where I live. So people will
The
come
same
to
house
me.
you were living before you were elected?
Yes, I'm still there. I'm still there. And I've been there. I've been living in that place for close to, by God's grace, it will be 40 years that I've been living in that particular place next year now, by next year. So I don't believe that majority of the politicians are disengaging from the people, even though we always have some challenges in the sense that when you are campaigning or during the electioneering, you have a lot of promises made by the government to them that we are going to do this, we are going to do that. And because you are the one that, you know, the difference between that, you have been elected under one party. Now, since you have been elected now, you are already...
You have to take care of everybody.
Yes, you have to take care of everybody. The CDCs, the the CDAs, and the artisans, and lots of the communities, they will always come to you for one assistance or the other in respect of the development of the community. And you have no choice. You must be there to assist. And when you are engaging, like here now, I'm here with you here now. Do you know the number of people that will be calling me? So if they don't see me here, they'll be thinking that
Yeah, avoiding their calls.
calling him now, he's avoiding the calls. So we have something of such. At times we'll be at the plenary, and what are we doing in the plenary? It's also working for the people. So when they called, and probably your phone is on silent, you're unable to pick it, or you switch it off, the next thing you hear that, when you wanted to contest,
anytime we call,
but now look at it, it's not picking our call. So it's always, you always be, and you are a human being, you can't divide yourself into two. So those are some of those things that usually cause what you just said.
Okay, so essentially we are looking at how important regular engagement and stakeholders meeting is always with the people that elected, that entrusted those representing us at different tiers of government with their vote. I know that the Lagos State House of Assembly is in the habit of organizing annually now the constituency stakeholders meeting, and you had one recently, which was the 10th edition of the constituency stakeholders meeting. What actually necessitated these annual constituency stakeholders meeting?
Thank you very much. I want to give that to the Right Honorable Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Dr. Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, because it is that particular stakeholders. He was the one that sponsored that bill, that at least we must do a stakeholders in a year, which was done 10 years ago. So, and since the bill has been passed, and it is now
A law.
a law in the state, and since since that time, it has been a regular occurrence that every year we must have a stakeholders. And because of that, majority of the honorable members, let's say all of us, we always prepare for that particular stakeholders meeting to engage our people, to tell them what we are doing at the State House of Assembly, to let them know what the government have done. The one we did recently, it's encompassing about the state and also about the federal government, at least to showcase
the renewed hope agenda of Mr.
Yes,
President.
the renewed hope of the presidency, and at the same time to let them know what the governor of Lagos State have done, and at the same time too, we at the Lagos State House of Assembly, what we have done. As a honorable member, you know, we have just 3 functions. Number one is to make law. Number two is oversight, and the third one is representation, which is what we want them to. But at the same time, we also engage in some other activities by contributing our own to the society. I will use myself as a typical example. At that stakeholders meeting, I sponsored close to 500 people on scholarship in a private higher institution in Ibadan, areas, Polytechnic, and some of them have graduated on diploma course, and we have some of them that are even that are doing HND, and they are true. They will soon be going for service very soon, hopefully by next batch.
And when they are done with their service, they become another problem for you because you have to get job for them.
That is at least what matters most to me, is that they have been engaged.
They have been educated.
And yes, since they have been educated, it means they have been engaged. If you have that education, you have already engaged. This is not how to teach them how to fish again. This is how
giving them fish.
That is what. And the other one, at the stakeholders meeting that I did recently, I was able to let them know what I've done to the community.
Okay, before we come to the community now, I want us to look at it largely about Lagos now. So each time you engage in this kind of meeting with the 40 constituents of Lagos State, what kind of feedback do you get from your people, and how do you table these demands before the executive arm in such a way that the people of your various constituencies would also enjoy and feel dividends of democracy coming from the state?
That is one of the importance of that stakeholders meeting. That is why we always do that stakeholders meeting in between August and September, before the presentation of the budget. So by the time everybody finished with the stakeholders meeting, we compiled. There's something we call our rapporteurs. They are always there. So they will try to compile everything together. And these are some of those things that, through the House, we present to the executive that they are going to put in the coming budget. So we will be able to appropriate funds for that. And through that, it will assist the government in executing some of those requests that our people demanded during the stakeholders meeting. Most of the time, we always do that engagement before the presentation of the budget. And between me and you, it has been a very good success, and we have been getting a very feedback, especially from the executive. Most of all those things that we used to present to them, it may not be all, but at least we have seen that some of them have been done. And that is why, if you look at the stakeholders meeting that we did this year, it has a very large turnout. Awareness are there. People are ready, because they know when they do this thing, they always get a very positive feedback, and that is what is very, very important. And one of the take-home from that stakeholders meeting is that some people, you might think it is road that they want, but probably it is transformer. Some people, you may be thinking that these people, what they need in the whole area is school. Maybe it is hospital. So things like that, we'll be able to let the executive know, and they will be able to assist in budgeting according to the request of each constituency. And that has been one of the greatest things that Lagos State are enjoying.
Okay, if indeed that has been one of the greatest achievements of the Lagos State House of Assembly, so give us an example of what you presented last year, which was factored into the budget, as well as some of your other colleagues in other constituencies.
Thank you very much. Like some of the roads, we have some roads in my area there, like Farmer King Street, Waidi, Wenla, Abaroje, Okerube, and some other roads like that. Those are some of those that the community presented. Even some presented
in 2024.
Yes, in 2024. In 2024, during the stakeholders meeting, most of all these roads have been done and completed. Okay. And we have some people that even presented in respect of the drainage, that they are having flood problem, that they want them to assist. We have one at Gavaru Road at Kotun over there. They have been doing that drainage for them now. We have some people that have challenges in respect of flood. So some of those people, when they did that presentation, they always, the Landlord Association and the CDC, they will bring it, put it into writing. By the time they bring it, we do those presentation for the people. And we have similar, like the one we did recently now, my people are demanding for a overhead bridge at Ikotun over there, which governor has promised them. We have already put that one into
some of your reports.
Yes, into our report. And we have some other people from other constituencies too, that the same thing, most of what they request that they demanded for last year, some of them, the governor, the executive have attended to it. So there is always a positive result from our stakeholders meeting. There's always a positive.
Okay, let's talk about the theme for this year's 10th Constituency Stakeholders Meeting, which was Governance in Action, the Gains of the Renew Hope Agenda. Speak to this theme and let us know how the Assembly come about this theme.
Yeah, the purpose of that team has to do with what the Mr. President have been able to do. You know, Mr. President promised a lot of things during the electioneering, and between you know, when we started, we have a lot of challenges, especially when the Mr. President started then. But for those people that knows how the government runs, you see that there is a lot of changes. I read it in a social media recently that one man was saying that when this government started, there was a time that they were selling rice close to 90,000 or 100,000. Now it's around 50,000. The same thing with some of those foodstuff, gari and semo and many things like that. The prices then were very high, and it's coming down gradually. If you can know, there was a time that some of those people, the prophet of doom, were saying that if you're not careful, we'll be buying $1 at 2,000 or 3,000 per dollar. And at that time, we have it like 1,800, 1,900. They say it will continue going like that. But look at it now. It's already around 1,500, which we still believe is going to be lesser. And for the first time in the history of Nigeria, you know, when the Mr. President started, queue on all the fuel, on all the filling stations. Nowadays, do you have any queue? Even when those people are even challenging Dangote, I did mean it was before panic buying. People will say, they will start. This is the problem now. But those are some of those things that Mr. President promised, and he has been fulfilling it. And you can see that some of our students now, they have hope that if you go to university, there's chances for you to graduate within that 4 years. And some of the, though we still have those challenges, but it's gradually reducing when you talk about the light power. So you can see that for those, it may be a little bit cost, but at the same time, we are having it. If you compare it with the money you'll be using to buy diesel, you'd see that those are some of the gains of the democracy. And on the Lagos State, you can see what the Lagos State government have been able to do in respect of infrastructural development, which they have been able to do, and also what they have been doing in respect of the food up, providing those things for the people of the state. So we have a lot of gains, and as it continues like this, which I believe things will continue to get much more cheaper for our people. So those are some of those things I've said. If you don't sell yourself, who are those people that are going to sell it for you? And during our stakeholders meeting, we did some documentary like presentation of what Mr. President has been able to do within 2 years that is rolling us now. Those are some of the things that we want our people to know about our president.
Okay, I do agree with you that there are signs that indeed Mr. President is trying to renew the hope of Nigerians. Of course, electricity is steady, but at what cost, that's one. But looking at the purchasing power of Nigerians now, an average Nigerian will tell you that what they used to buy at a particular amount is no longer what they used to buy now. I know Rome was not built in a day. So what assurances are you giving to Nigerians now that at the end of the 4-year tenure of Mr. President, things are going to get better than he met it?
Thank you very much. We have already seen it. What we are seeing is not a dream. It is a reality. And there is one thing I want us to know, that when this government started, a lot of people did not give Mr. President the chances that he's going to do something. And he is the one that he knows about it. He's an economist. And this was what he did in Lagos State. And you can see that during that time in Lagos State, we were having some challenges that Mr. President of Nigeria, Obasanjo, seized Lagos State allocations, and were able to survive. And what do they call budget? Budget is that if you are able to have an amount of money and you appropriated for that amount of money and you are able to get that particular revenue, it means you'll be able to execute what you budgeted for. And you can see the GDP of Nigeria now. You can even see the savings that we are having in Nigeria now. Those are something, it shows us that Nigeria is growing. It shows us that the future is going to be much more better. I'm 100% sure that within 2 or 3 years now, majority of those people in the diaspora, they will surely come back home because things will surely change. Let me give you one typical example, especially in Lagos State. I don't know if you can still remember vividly then, we used to have the challenges of robbers robbing our banks. That majority of the people, even to go to bank, they have the fear. And that's what necessitated the RRS, Rapid Response Squad. And we also have the government of the Lagos State tried to budget it and pay a much more concentration on the security of Lagos State. For over close to 10 years or thereabout, have you ever heard such thing that someone will come to Lagos State and said, we want to rob our bank in Lagos State? The same thing, all those challenges we are having, you can see how this, when we started,
except for those small ones in traffic.
Of course, that one, I can't say it is number, but even in abroad, we used to have it. So you can't talk that you won't have a security challenges. No matter how, you always have criminals in the society. It cannot be aborted. And the same thing you can see now, then when our Mr. President started, have you forgotten that they are bombing churches? You can't go to church on Sunday. You can't even go to mosque out of fear. It's gradually reducing. We still have them. It's gradually reducing. I'm 100% sure that in 2 or 3 years' time, people will be able to go back to their farm. And when they start farming, automatically it's going to bring down the prices of goods and services. Those are some of the things that a very good government needs to do for its people. That is why I said Mr. President is performing very well. And we know by the time he comes for the second time, he's going to perform more than what he's doing now.
Anyways, Nigerians are still hoping that things, that things will get better than it is right now. At this moment, we'll be going on a very short break to bring you the soundbite of the week.
Representing your people is not defined by the number of laws you initiated, but how constant you interact with your people, because you are representing everybody. The man in prison, you must ensure you reach out to him. The man on sick bed, you must reach out to him. In the same manner, you reach out to Kabiesi, Iyaloja, the Arewa, and everybody. That is the most important thing. And that we have been doing. And that is why I'm standing before you. The complaint from the people has always been, what have you been doing? And it is only during election that we see you. You don't come around. So what do we do? But for us to stop that, so we try to engage them at least once in a year so we can have opportunity to interact and tell them what we have done within that period of a year at times 4, making 4 years, 4 times that we will meet in 4 years.
There you had the Right Honorable Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi-Obasa, affirming what Honorable Kehinde Joseph told us earlier about the significance of that annual engagement by the Lagos State House of Assembly in the 40 constituencies of Lagos State. We still have our guest with us in the studio. Of course, there's no way we are going to have this conversation without discussing the continuous voter registration exercise being undertaken by the Independent National Electoral Commission. How is it faring in Lagos State? I'm sure that members of the State House of Assembly must have monitored the exercise in their constituencies. And what are they doing to actually encourage those that are 18 years and above to come out and get registered, so that we would not have a repeat of low turnout of voters that we had during the last local government election, as well as the 2023 elections in the state?
Thank you very much. It is part of the engagement we are talking about. It is your civic right. When you are 18 years old, you need to have your PVC, permanent voters card. And the members of Lagos State House of Assembly in particular, and all the politicians, we have been engaging our people, engaging the market people, engaging the artisans, engaging the landlord associations, engaging the youths, and whosoever that we need to talk to, that they should please encourage the people to go. And I like the system, the INEC is a seamless system that you can even do. You can do it within few seconds on
online,
on your phone. So after that, you now go to the INEC office in your local government to go and do what you are going there for. Is just to go and do capturing, and the program still continue, which they are still doing it. So I'm imploring our people, especially the youth, those of you that you are 18 years and above, that you should go. We even have some people that are doing transfer, that they just moved to Lagos State from where they are living before. They want to transfer to Lagos State. Or some people that have they have left Lagos State and they want to transfer their card to wherever they are staying. It's still permissible. So that is why I'm encouraging our people that they should please go out and make sure that they registered. Though we as a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, we have been engaging our people, and we have continued to publicize, going to the social media, TV stations, including the newspapers, to inform the people the necessity of you having that card. That is your right. So even it's not even, you don't even need to beg anyone to do it. But notwithstanding, we are imploring them, go and get your card, because a situation whereby we're having close to in Lagos State, when we are talking about over 22 million people, and those that are registered are not even more than 8 million. So something is wrong. And at the same time, when you wanted to vote, the total people that voted at the last election, they are not even up to 2 million. So what are we now saying? So this is the time for the people to go out, get your card, make sure you registered, and encourage your brothers, your sisters, your mommy, whosoever your friends, that they should go out and do that registration, especially those that are just 18 years and above.
Okay, but from your monitoring so far in your own constituency, the turnout, what is it like?
It's very good. It's very, very impressive. Very, very impressive, because I used to have a daily records of those people that are registering my constituency, especially Alimosho in general. So I'm part of the team that is managing it, and the figure is very, very encouraging.
Okay, since you're in the business of lawmaking, I would like to have your personal opinion, not the opinion of the Lagos State House of Assembly now, about this engagement that the members of the National Assembly are having about the need to amend certain sections of our Constitution.
It's a very good one. It's a very good one. You know, the 1999 Constitution that has been altered, that we have been using, we have a lot of challenges with that Constitution. Even some of those things has to do with you talk about the electricity the other time, the power. So, you know, most of all those things, they are in an exclusive list, whereas they're supposed to be in concurrent list. And some of those things that even have with the rail system of transportation that we are using is in it's in exclusive list, and they're thinking that they want to bring it back to the concurrent list. And one of those things that concerns us most in Lagos State has to do with local government creation, which is supposed to be purely the job of which is supposed to be purely on concurrent list. Now, indirectly, they will tell you that incoherent. What is the meaning of incoherent? Which has been debarring us from being a listing on the
37 LCDs.
On the remaining 37 LCDs on being a listing the names of the local government we are having in Nigeria. And when we compare the number, I'm not in
the population.
Nigeria now, it is Lagos State that has the population that is the highest in all the states we are having in Nigeria. And at the same time, we are having 20 local government. Whereas those people that are not even up to us, let me use Kano as a typical example, they are having 44 local government, and it's from there they created this state today. It was not Jigawa, so and that one is having 34 or 32 states. So when you match those two together, that is 77. And Lagos State are still 20 in local government. So those are some of those things that I think we need to look into it. And I also like this side of allowing the state to control the resources, which I like. And also there's one thing that I want, that I'm also passionate about, that I think is going to assist us on the issue of security that we are facing, which has to do with state police. So all those things that they are doing, but I like it. But one thing with me is that they have been on this thing for a very long time. At the 7th Assembly, they discussed it. 8th Assembly, they discussed it.
Even the
9th Assembly, they discussed it, and we're still on discussion till now. So I want them, if they want to do it, they should be late. The time is not going. So the time is going. So they must be able to let us know and do something about it now before it gets out of hand. I'm 100% in support of it.
Okay, I do agree with you that we are ripe for the creation of state police because of some security challenges that we are having in some parts of the country. But then the fear out there is the fact that the political class, especially those governors, might want to abuse the creation of state police to favor their party or their interests eventually when it is approved.
That one is very funny something. Even now that we are still having a centralized police, if the governor wants to use them, won't they?
But he will get permission from the IGP.
No matter what, it will be easy for him to get the permission from the IGP. Are you not going to say because of that we will allow ourselves to be? Do you know the way? At times when I check some of those things on the social media, I don't want to look at it. See the way people are being butchered, people are being kidnapped, lots of challenges that we are having, this and that. And and so some of the people that they don't even like us in this country, those are the things that they are sending out of the country. I saw it recently that Idris Elba came to Nigeria that was saying, to Lagos, saying Lagos State is an amazing state. That is the truth. We have gone to many other countries. We know that Nigeria is a very good country to be. This is the only country that you will have your peace. This is the only country that you will be able to move freely without fear of all those things. The major challenges we're having has to do with all these small challenges we're having in respect of the security. Most of all the so-called Western states we are talking about, they have their own challenges. They have their own challenges, and at the same time, they have their own state police, including they even have some district or local police that are managing them. I will give you a typical example of some of the local government we are having in Lagos, especially from those people on the senatorial east. They have their own vigilante or something like a community policing that they are managing, and it has been of an assistance to them. And we even also have some of our landlords in some of those estates. They always have some people that are managing them and they are guiding them. If they have been able to do that, why can't we legalize it? So let us legalize it so that it can be of assistance to us.
Okay, we'll be waiting to see how quick members of the National Assembly are going to do the needful about the amendment of the 1999 Constitution. It's still an ongoing exercise, and Nigerians are very hopeful that they will do the needful at the end of this assembly. But then, before we allow you to go this afternoon, we have both pointed out now that we had a voter apathy during the local government election as well as the 2023 general election. You are from one of the largest. You are from the largest local government election in Lagos State. So, what kind of engagement are you having with your people on the need for them to have a change of mind when it comes to voting and coming out for elections?
Thank you very much. Generally, when you talk about local government election, it's not particular to Lagos State. All other states, especially within Nigeria, we always have that challenges, which I don't know, probably out of the way that it is just a local government election. But when it comes to the general national election, what happened the other time, even though as we are saying that we have low turnout, Ali much if you add the total votes gathered at that last election, we are still the we still have the highest turnout. But this time around, things have changed. Now I told you the other time, if you can go to, that is where we have the INEC office at Ikotun, Ikotun local government secretariat situated in Ikotun. You go there today, you see people there, and our people have been out canvassing and talking to the people, and likewise, some of us that are gladiators in respect of all those, when it comes to the political something over there, we have been engaging our people. We have called them, we have done engagement with them, we have called those that needs to be called. And up till now, as I'm talking to you, at my constituency there, people are still engaging them that they should go and do the registration, and they should please come out for the coming, whenever the time for them to do the election. And what also matters most, apart from that, this one is so special to us, especially in Alimosho Federal Constituency. We are now having almost every month engagement with the so-called, with our stakeholders. We always have engagement with our stakeholders, so we'll be able to talk, Jojo, or their request, they'll be able to tell the local government chairman and some of us political officials that we are there. So at least we attend to them, so that it won't be when we need them that we call them. So this is some of those things that we have been doing now. Almost every month there must be a stakeholders meeting. So you make your request known. The one that they have done this month, they will take it. Then the one that remains, if you have been given this, they will tell you, wait, it will be the turn of the other people. Next is going to be the turn of the other people. And most of the time, after doing this thing, the political officers, they always go out to go and do the inspection of some of the projects being carried out in various roads and various communities within that axis. So the engagement is very, very cordial. There is synergy between us and our people, and there is also, we have been able to harmonize all the political office together, at least to have a common goal in delivering for our party.
All right. We must thank you very much, Honorable Kehinde Joseph, a member Lagos State House of Assembly, representing the people of Alimosho Constituency 2, for finding time to come on the program today to come and shed more light on the major essence of the annual constituency stakeholders meeting of the Lagos State House of Assembly under the leadership of Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi-Obasa. We thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We actually went to town earlier in the day to also sample opinions of Lagosians in different local government and local council development areas about the continuous voter registration exercise. And so we'll be ending the show this afternoon with that sampling of opinion on the street of Lagos. My name is Ajibola Ojeshola. Do remember to join us next Thursday at 3 p.m. for another topic of discussion on the Pendulum. Many thanks for watching.
Voters card, you're not eligible to vote. So they should all go out en masse and register. You can register online, then go to the office and get your voters card. If you are underage, now you are of age, you are 18 years old, you now have the right. Don't be disenfranchised. vote. Your vote is your right.
The process is seamless. When we came this morning, there is no hassles. We don't have too much crowd, and the officials there are controlling everything. They are putting everything accordingly, the way we came in, and they are arranging everything.
Help people to go out to go and get their PVC, because especially the youth, so be able to have voice in the coming election. Then there won't be things like this is not the person that's supposed to be in it. If you contribute to it, then you'll be able to like have voice. Yeah.
My advice is that people should make efforts to go and get their PVC, to do the registration and get it, so that they will be able to make decision on who will be the next governors, president, and the local government. I mean, the other political posts.
Haven't, but I've registered. The process was quite easy because it was mostly online and you just need your pictures and everything. That was all. Then your name, where you want to, like your local government, easier place. Like even get to choose where you want to, like easier place for you to go and vote. It's very advisable to go and collect it because it's very, very important. If you do not have PVC, you cannot determine the kind of like the type of government you want, and you don't get to complain that this person is good, this person is not good. So you need to get it.
My advice to them is they should be fast in getting their PVC, because that is an easy way to know that yes, they are a qualified voter.
Yes, I have. It was a bit stressful for me, but I didn't have to spend much on transport because it was not too far from my place, but it was a bit stressful. What people don't know is that their vote counts, like, so that you don't have to complain later. And people should remove their mind from the fact that it's the person that they want to enter that will enter, that their vote will not count and all. One vote will still count.
Yes, I have. I've collected my PVC a very long time. I'm not I'm not doing new registration. I've been voting for a long time. It's your right to vote and be voted for. So if you are not voting, you are just losing your rights. And you are telling yourself that you are irresponsible. I know that we're worried about a lot of things. Nigeria is not doing well. When they get there, what do you do? Why don't you try to get there too, so that you can make the change you want?